there is a person you probably know. Maybe it is a friend, maybe it is a partner, or maybe when you are alone in the dark, you realise it is you. This is the person who apologises when you bump into them. This is the person who absorbs the bad moods of everyone in the room like a sponge, filtering the toxins through their own body so the air is cleaner for everyone else. This is the person who says, "I'm fine," with a smile that doesn't quite reach their eyes, while their internal world is collapsing. We call these people nice. We call them saints. We say they have hearts of gold. But if you listen closely to the frequency of their kindness, you will hear a faint, high-pitched hum of terror. We need to talk about the pathology of the nice person. Just as we discuss those who crave attention, we must look at the chronic giver. Society praises the giver. We extract from them. We rely on them. But we rarely ask why they are giving so much, so often, to their own detriment. True kindness is an overflow. It comes from a person who is full, sharing their surplus. But the kindness we are talking about today is not an overflow. It is a ransom payment. Many kind people are operating under a subconscious contract that was written when they were very small. The contract reads, "If I am useful, I will not be discarded. If I make myself necessary, I will be safe. If I have no needs of my own, no one can reject me." This is not virtue. This is the trauma response known as fawning, fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. Fawning is the instinct to merge with the threat to survive it. It is the antelope trying to befriend the lion. It is the child learning that if they are quiet, helpful, and anticipatory of the parent's needs, they won't get yelled at. They learn to read the micro-expressions on a face before a word is spoken. They become emotional seismographs, detecting earthquakes before they happen. And so, the child grows up. They become the friend who drives you to the airport at 4 a.m. They become the partner who forgives the cheating. They become the employee who stays late without pay. But they are not doing this purely out of love. They are doing it because deep down, they believe their existence is a burden, and they must pay rent for the space they take up. They are paying with pieces of themselves. Here is the cruel irony of this dynamic. The person who gives everything usually ends up with people who take everything. It feels like bad luck. The giver thinks, "Why do I always find the narcissists? Why do I always find the broken people who need fixing?" But it is not bad luck. It is a lock and key mechanism. Imagine a person walking through the world with a sign on their chest that says, "I have no boundaries. Your needs are more important than mine. I will fix you." Now, imagine a predator, or perhaps just a selfish person, scanning the crowd. Who do they see? They don't see a person, they see a resource. The giver feels a chemical attraction to the taker. Why? Because the taker provides a job opening. The taker has chaos, and the giver is an expert at managing chaos. The taker has needs, and the giver needs to be needed. It is a perfect toxic puzzle piece. The giver pours love into the taker. They listen to the taker's problems for hours. They lend money. They offer emotional labour. They think, if I love them enough, they will heal. And once they heal, they will love me back the way I love them. This is the great illusion. The giver thinks they are investing in a relationship, but they are actually throwing gold coins into a bottomless pit. And then the inevitable happens. The giver needs something. They get sick, they get sad, they have a crisis, and they turn to the taker, reaching out a hand, expecting the same support they have given 1,000 times. And the taker looks at them with confusion, with annoyance. They say, "You're being dramatic," or they simply walk away. The betrayal that follows is physical. It is a punch to the gut. The giver is left standing in the wreckage of their own generosity, asking, "After everything I did for you, how could you do this to me?" But here is the hard truth we must confront. The taker never signed the contract. Remember that secret contract? If I give you everything, you will keep me safe. The giver signed it, the taker did not. The taker just saw an open door and walked in. This leads us to the shadow side of the nice person. When kindness is ignored, abused, or unreciprocated long enough, it curdles, it turns into something sour and heavy, it turns into resentment. Resentment is the specific anger of the martyr. It is the anger of someone who feels owed. You will see this in the giver's eyes after years of burnout. They become passive-aggressive. They make small, cutting remarks. They sigh loudly. They are waiting for someone to notice their sacrifice, but no one does, because everyone is used to it. The extraordinary has become expected. This is a dangerous moment for the giver. This is the moment where the villain arc threatens to begin. They start to think, the world is evil, people are trash, no good deed goes unpunished. I should stop caring. I should become cold. We have all seen this happen. The sweetest person you knew becomes the most bitter, cynical cynic. They build walls so high that no sunlight can get in. They decide that because they were hurt, they will never be open again. But this reaction is just another form of self-destruction. When the giver decides to become stone, they are letting the taker win twice. First, the taker took their energy. Now, the taker has taken their softness. The taker has colonized their personality. The giver feels a profound loneliness here. They realize that their niceness was actually a form of manipulation. They were trying to control how others treated them by being perfect. And it failed. So they are left with a terrifying question. If being nice didn't save me, what will? How do we heal this? How does the giver stop bleeding without becoming a stone? We must understand the difference between being nice and being kind. Niceness is weak. Niceness is fear-based. Niceness is I will agree with you so you don't hurt me. Niceness is having no boundaries. Niceness is the lack of a spine. Kindness is different. Kindness is strong. Kindness is telling someone the truth, even if it hurts. Kindness is allowing someone to face the consequences of their own actions, rather than fixing it for them. Kindness is saying no, because saying no to them means saying yes to yourself. The giver must learn to become a gatekeeper. Imagine a castle. The nice person has no walls. Anyone can walk in, muddy the floors, steal the silver, and sleep in the bed. The bitter person builds a wall with no door. They are safe, but they are in a prison. The healed person, the truly kind person, has a wall, but they also have a drawbridge. They decide who gets to come in, and more importantly, they decide when the bridge goes up. This transition is terrifying. The first time the giver sets a boundary, the people around them will scream. The takers will be angry. They will say, "You've changed, you're being selfish." And the giver must learn to stand in that fire and say, "I am not being selfish, I am being sovereign." The goal is not to stop loving. The goal is to stop loving indiscriminately. It is to treat your energy like a high-value currency, not like free flyers you hand out on the street. When the giver heals, they realize something profound. You do not need to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. The people who truly love you, the ones who deserve to be in the castle, do not want you to burn. They want you to shine. They don't want a servant. They want a partner. They don't want a martyr. They want a friend. So, to the person who is tired of bleeding, stop handing the knife to the people who cut you. Pull up the drawbridge. Sit in your own castle for a while. Heal your wounds. And when you are ready, truly ready, lower the bridge only for those who knock with respect. You are not valuable because of what you give. You are valuable because of who you are. Even if you do nothing, even if you fix no one, even if your hands are empty, you are enough.